The World Bank warns about an economic recession in 2022, not just in the US but around the world. The International Lending Organization now predicts the worldwide economy to grow at an annualized pace of merely 2.9% in 2022, which is a sharp decline if we compare it to the last year, when the growth was about 5.7%. So how to survive an economic recession in 2022? The president of the World Bank, David Malpass, says that this will be very difficult for most countries to avoid an economic recession in 2022. Many other big personalities have also warned about an economic recession in 2022, like the CEO of JP Morgan Chase, Jamie Dimon, referred to an economic hurricane on the horizon the prior week. On the other hand, the CEO of Tesla's SpaceX, Elon Musk, has also said that he had bad feelings about the economy and plans to cut the staff of the company by up to 10%. Americans are scared of how to survive an economic recession. According to Dayton 24/7 News, people are scared. Fear of recession heightens following Fed's interest rate hike. And as per a report published by CNBC, 81% of U.S. adults are worried about a recession hitting this year. Another report by CNBC stated that Americans were worried about the economy even before inflation exploded. And according to Business Insider, Gen Z and millennials are terrified about the economy because they've never seen a normal recession before. But don't worry, in this video I'm going to show you how you can survive an economic recession in 2022 and avoid the agony. To avoid the agony, you can start by smashing the like button, because that will help the algorithm. The Great Recession also teaches us how we can survive. We all know that energy prices are soaring. There is a shortage of supplies, inflation is at the top, and it becomes very difficult for an average person to live within their means. Not just the economists about the US economy, but also about 80% of the Americans believe that the US will face an economic recession in 2022. The University of Michigan has also watched the Consumer Sentiment Index that is also giving warning signals by posting a 30% annual decline and touching that level that has never been seen since the Great Recession. Many economists are pessimists after the bad news of worker shortages, supply and chain disruptions, and inflationary pressures. But to solve these issues, many executives and experts are giving the advice to look into the past and focus on the strategies that helped the business, which survived the last multi-year recessions and thrived in its aftermath. If you're running a business, then you obviously know that the customers are the key to your survival. If you lose customers, then you lose business. If you want to shield your organization from the worst effects of an economic recession in 2022, then you have to capitalize on customer experience. Employed in order to survive during the Great Recession. Always give your customers a reason to return to your business. We are going towards recession, but so far, we're not in a recession yet, and both consumers and businesses are spending a lot. This gives us the opportunity to shape customer impressions. You need to take a huge benefit of that before people start to control their spending. Therefore, you need to give your customers a reason to get back to your business even during the recession times. Reduce costs by anticipating avoidable customer inquiries. It is possible to reduce the cost while improving the customer experience. You need to focus on upstream developments that remove downstream cost inflation customer inquiries. For instance, an improved product assembly instruction, vibrant and more understandable invoices, more unified products, return processes. The kinds of upstream improvements translate into a better customer experience that can give you a massive competitive advantage. Rethink what is relevant to your customer. We all know that an economic recession in 2022 will change the entire situation, including the customer's needs, requirements, worries, and hopes. Those product features that were important to them before may not be much important to them during the recession times, so you have to think wisely and make the decision accordingly. In addition, a new customer's requirements may emerge that present a chance to engage customers in a diverse and more convincing way. One of the automotive companies, Hyundai, did this during the 2008 recession with its job loss assurance program to assure consumers worried about getting laid off after purchasing a vehicle. It was an experience improvement that drove a 40% rise in the company's North American market share. If you would like to get your share of financial wealth, hit the subscribe button and support the channel at the same time. What steps can you take to survive an economic recession in 2022? Look for stocks on sale. You need to set aside an amount of money that you're comfortable with, that you won't likely need, and move it into your brokerage account in case. Now focus on the market. When the stocks go on sale, everyone knows that when an economic recession in 2022 hits the market, the fear revolves all around, and most investors want to get out their money. As a result, the prices of the stocks go down. That's the worst news for the people who want to sell their investment in a lower amount, but it might be the best news for you to add more stocks to your portfolio. Essentially, being in a position to purchase quality stocks at a lower price is an excellent and quite possibly once-in-a-lifetime opportunity that you will be able to capitalize on. But remember, do not make changes that add more risk to your long-term financial security based on short-term economic events. Learn how to budget and reassess your lifestyle. Most probably, not everyone wants to live within their means, especially after the pandemic situation. Let me tell you the fact that if you really want to survive the 2022 recession, you need to make a budget and stick to it, and also try to cut down the non-essential items. This will surely help you not just live happily, but it will also protect you from taking unnecessary debts. Remember, during the market downfall, you have to save more cash, which you can invest when the stock market is offering discounts. Don't take additional debt. When the time is good and there's no fear in the market, then you can surely think about taking a car loan of additional finance if you can afford the monthly payments. But during the market downturn, these things become riskier and you fall prey to these debts. Why debts might be considered a risk during the recession times? Because there are chances that most companies would not be able to cover their costs, and as a result, they have to cut down their staff, which creates unemployment. Imagine if you are one of those workers who also gets that letter. You would not be able to pay the monthly installment of the loan. And there is a chance that during the recession times, your income will also be reduced due to the reason of high inflation, when the prices of everything will touch the sky. Imagine if these things happen, then your ability to manage that will be reduced. Also try to bring everything by paying cash, which means that you don't need to use a credit card quite often, because it does not just become difficult for you to manage your finances, but also you have to pay a hefty amount of interest on every single purchase, which is a burden on your shoulder. Because you matter too. I like you to voice your opinion on what would you do to minimize the pain of recession. Please do so in the comments area below. Now I'm going to show you a few recession-proof business ideas. Online software companies. Do you know that an online software company could have a better chance of surviving the recession because the online software companies have less changeable overhead than many other businesses? This type of online software you sell can impact your company's resilience as well. Now you have to look for a software niche that people will invest in during any market condition, particularly focusing on those niches that serve as an alternative to costly services. This principle also applies to customer service software because there is always a need for customer support irrespective of the market condition. Online marketing agencies. Marketing is one of the first services that you need to look for during the recession time. Now there might be a question in your mind, why would you need to market to only a few people who would be able to buy during the bad times? Actually, you have to think about the online marketing agencies. It will increase flexibility and scalability to adapt to economic trends. A person named Elliot Davidson runs a contract marketing agency. He says that his agency has grown 4 times since the pandemic downturn. Remember, when you start a new online marketing agency, you can also embrace your nimble status to grab customers. Remember, you are a born winner, so expect to win, prepare to win, and share this video. As usual, I will see you at the Golden Gate.